Hello everyone, my name's Kaylee and this is Bird Adventures, and here's Lemon and Juan's in there too because like, sorry about that. So I'm here today to tell you the things you should know before getting a lovebird. So let's dive right into that. I have some things I wanted to discuss about these amazing little parrots. So I had written them down on a note so I don't forget it, and that I get everything that I wanted to say. So first of all, they're messy, and mine are picky eaters. Mine, they're picky about vegetables, they're picky about trying fruits. They're just picky eaters. And, there you are. What are you doing? All right. What they need to eat is a all-natural pellet-based diet with fresh vegetables and occasional fruits, because fruits tend to be toxic to birds if you give it to them in large amounts. So I don't do that. I give them like some fruits sometimes, but it's not like an everyday diet, like a pellet and a, vegetables, of course. So I'm going to show you what my pellets look like, because they need to be all natural. But mine, at the moment, when I got my pellets, I didn't know you were not supposed to get dyed pellets because they say that they have a lot of sugar in them and they're bad for birds. And I didn't know that at the time, and so that is a bird mistake I made that you might be making too, and you might need to correct. Or if you're using all seeds can cause birds to get fatty liver disease. And you may think, well, why is that? Wild birds, they eat seeds, but a wild bird will have so much more exercise and flying to do in the wild. They can't burn off all that fat because seeds are really fatty, and they can't burn that off. Even if they are out all day, they'll never have as much exercise as a wild bird does. So, let me put these over here. Then, step down. Step down, Lemon. Good bird. Alright. So, I'm going to show y'all what I use to feed my birds. So, let me open this up. So, I use this. And it is pellets, and it has all kinds of different colors. You're not supposed to use that. I didn't know that. That's a bird mistake. And I do have their seeds all in here, and that's for treats and stuff, or to get them to try salads and new fruits and stuff like that. I'll put it in their bowl and I'll put some seeds on top of it, and that makes them try it because they're like, ooh, I see seeds. But yeah, so I just got a seed blend and everything, and then some millet because their all-time favorite is millet. I don't know about your birds, but mine love millet. Mine is sitting over there feasting on some millet right now. So, that's birds for you. All right, let me set my camera back up straight. There we go. Is that right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Let me have that back, please, so y'all actually have something to do with me. Come on, slide me. Good bird. So I've been training them with millet. It's good to train them with millet too. So back to what I had written down and I wanted to say was they need a big cage. My cage is a decent size for 2 lovebirds that I have, as you can see. And then I have a little cage right there, but I don't use that. That's for taking them outside and stuff. But that is my main cage. And you see how it has a lot of enrichment toys in it. I keep good toys, and I get new toys. These are their old toys, of course. But I just got that, a new swing, and a toy over there. And I rearranged it. Birds like having new things to discover and to play with, So I just changed everything around, the perches and everything. And then I got them this. This is a bird bath, and they haven't really been taking baths in it, but lovebirds do like water. So I do mist them. Let me get my mister. So this is my mister that I use to mist them with. It's just like a reptile mister, great choice. I mean, it don't matter. You can get a Dollar Tree mister and it would be fine. You know, it's just something to mist them with. I mean, they need, like, their feathers, they need to be cleaned sometimes, and they need water, so I just mist them sometimes. So that's just for their health, because I want my birds in good health. And so, to keep them in good health, I do a deep clean on their cage every month. Their cage right here, I just cleaned it 2 days ago, something like that. So in a month from now, I'll have to do that again, because you don't want a lot of poop building up on the perches. Like, that's when I take out my perches, I boil them in hot water, I scrub them with a sandpaper scrubber. So that is good to use. I mean, anything really, just as long as you get the poop off, you don't want it building up on perches. That's bad for your birds, and it's bad for your birds to breathe that in, because poop and pee and all that, that's ammonia in the air, which is really bad. And birds, they're bad for your health, breathing them in, and it's actually bad for their health too. So that's an important thing to have, is a air humidifier. I have mine right over there. And what I do is I can just go over there and I can change my settings and stuff like that. And it purifies the air. So it's better for you and it's better for the birds. So that's what I use. All right. Now clean the tray / bottom of your cage twice a week. So I don't know about y'all's cage, because every cage is completely different sometimes, but I have a tray right here that I can slide out, and I can go take outside with a water hose, and I just spray it down really good, and that's what I use, and it works fine for me to just clean their cage. I cleaned it just today, actually, so that is a good thing to do. You don't want that being on the bottom, because then bugs can get on it and they can eat that, and you know, you don't want bugs in your house. Because I had these little German roaches, and they came from me not cleaning my bird cage in the bottom of the thing. I used to not clean my bird cage and not clean the bottom until like 2 weeks, and that's really bad, because you need to do it twice a week at least, because these guys, they throw a lot of seed and a lot of food out, you know. So that's another thing you need to do. And sweeping the floors every day. That is very important. I used to hate cleaning, and I would never do it. But if you're dedicated to having birds and you want them happy and healthy to live a long time, then that's what you need to do to keep your birds healthy. You need to take care of them and their environment. So I have a whole bird room. So I have like some pictures hanging up because it's really cute. But this whole room is theirs. And my dad has to get his deer head out, but they like getting on their antlers. So. And then I got a whole picture, and I got a futon down there that I sit on. I sleep in here sometimes, you know. I just love spending time with my birds. Like, this is something that I'm crazy about. I love them. They're my babies. Even if they don't love me as much as I love them, it's okay, you know. Oh, well, they got each other. That's the thing. If you're going to get lovebirds and you want a companion parrot, and you just want them to be just you and that bird, get one. Because if you get two, they'll be with each other all the time, and even if you take one out of the room, they'll be screaming at each other from another room. It's crazy. Like, they are loud. You know, they're not quiet birds. A quiet bird is a dead bird. I don't think any bird is quiet. Not any bird that I have came into contact with, you know. So, sorry, Lime, I know I scared you. Lime is still skittish because I'm still trying to tame Lime. Like, I rescued these parrots, these lovebirds, from a person, and I got them off Craigslist. Well, I rescued them because the people, they didn't want them anymore, basically. And it's bad to do that to birds, because birds are really sensitive. And these people, they never got their bird out of their cage, so it was basically a rescue. They never got these parrots out of the cage and spent time with them or anything. So when I got them, it was their first time, like, coming into contact with hands and stuff. And so that's why they're still skittish. This one's better, but Lime, I'm still working with Lime. Some parrots and lovebirds, they take longer to get used to you than other, and that's okay. You don't ever want to force a bird to do anything. You want to go at their own pace. I've had these birds for like 6 months now, and they're just now starting to get used to me. I mean, don't expect to get a bird and then all of a sudden them just click with you. It takes time. The birds, they're just very sensitive, and they just take time to get used to you. So That's something to look at. If you're getting a bird thinking, oh, it's going to be in love with me already, it's not. You got to work with that bird. All right. Let's see what else I had on here. Oh yeah, let your bird out of the cage every day. You want your birds to have free time. You want to get out. What would you feel like if you was a person in a cage, you know, and you just was in a cage all day and like you felt trapped? Like, that's not good for birds. You don't want to be like that. Don't do this to these poor little cute baby birds. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So let them out. Let them have fun. That's why they have their own room. It is important to have your bird and let them know they're safe in their own space. That's why I gave them a room. They were in my room and I was sharing that with them. But I want them to be as happy as they can be. So I was like, all right, well, I'm giving them a room. So another thing is, oh yeah, make sure your fan is off. See, this is a thing I hate to say, but I had my birds out not too long ago, like a week ago, and I had the fan on, and I forgot I had the fan on. I did not check it. I know not to have the fan on when you have birds, especially in the room with you, and I let them out. Well, I forgot I had my fan on. Well, their fan on. I need to take the fan part off, actually. And I was like, oh my God, this is terrible, you know? I was like, I'm so happy they did not fly into it, you know? Because that could have really badly hurt them or killed them, and like, that's bad. So make sure that is off. And so give them fresh water every day. That's another thing. You want to always give these birds fresh water. Very important. It keeps them healthy. And so, yeah. And then sometimes, like these birds, they like to take their food and make soup in their water. They will take their bird's pellet or a seed that I have in their little fruit and vegetables, and they will put it in their water. And then it becomes soggy and nasty, and I'm like, why would y'all do that, you know? It's terrible. So make sure they have clean water. You don't want to be having soggy bird food in their water. And so put your bird food and treats in a good container that is sealed. Just like I showed y'all, I have a container right over, let me see, let me bring my camera down. Right there. And it is sealed. And so that is good to keep roaches out. Because if you know, I had bad roaches because of these birds. I didn't keep the cage clean. I left my bag of food out and it was open. Roaches would get in it. That's bad for your bird, and it's bad for you because you don't want bugs in your house. And actually, if you keep your bird food open, there's these little flies that will come into your house and stuff, and you cannot kill them. The exterminator came out here to get rid of the roaches. Well, he told us about these little flies, and they usually come from birds, like their bird food and stuff. And you cannot get rid of them. There's nothing to get rid of them. So it's terrible, and it's so hard to kill them because they're so fast. You can't like freaking clap them in the air like I do flies sometimes, you know, just like pop. It's kind of nasty. But anyways, so yeah, that's another thing why you want to keep your bird food sealed up, you know, so nothing else can get them. So that's good to do. Oh yeah, get a small cage to take them outside. I have a little small cage right over here. God, sorry y'all. So I have this small cage over here that I use to take them outside in at least like once a week, because it is very important for these birds to go outside and have UV rays for their feathers. Come on, step out. Step out. Good bird. Yeah. So you want to give these birds a good life, and to do that, any animal, I would take my reptiles outside when I had them. They need UV rays, they need sunlight. It is very important for them and their feathers, specifically with birds, because their feathers need it. If you want them to be bright and colored and happy, take them outside. They love going outside. They like to talk to the other birds outside, you know. They'll chirp to them, the birds will chirp to these birds, so it's just very important to keep these birds happy like that, and to just keep them looking radiant, because y'all are flawless, aren't y'all? my flawless birds. All right. Let's see. Sweep around their cage daily. I think I said that already, but yeah, you just need to make sure the floor, when they throw stuff, it's everywhere. It's across the room. I don't know how they throw it that far, but they do. So, and you want to keep that clean because just like I said, roaches, bugs, they can eat that off the floor and they'll stay there because they know there's food. Don't do that. Clean it up. That's what I do. So, train and spend time and bond with your bird. These two birds, like I said, I had for 6 months and they had never been out of the cage. Look at them now. They're doing amazing. I mean, they're not all the way there yet, but no bird's perfect. You know, and you just got to work with them. It takes a long time to earn a bird's trust. And I want to tell y'all about a mistake that I have made before, and it was taking the birds out of the cage, and to get them up, they would not step up or anything because I had not worked with them and I was not experienced with birds. I just went out and basically bought a bird and know nothing about them. Bad thing to do. Now I do all my research. So, these birds are in good care because I research a lot now. You know, I write stuff down. I have macaw facts, parrot facts, because I am looking to get a blue and gold macaw, and I know that's a big responsibility. And I've been looking up not only the good stuff about macaws, but the bad things about them. You know, you need to go know the pros and the cons about getting any type of bird you get. So, that's a good thing to do your research on. So, yeah. But yeah, do not chase your bird around the room with a shirt or a blanket like a lot of people do and capture a bird like that. That just, yeah, see, they agree. That literally takes their trust away, and you gotta start from block one again, you know? Don't do that. Trust for a bird is hard to get, and when you lose it, you gotta start it all over again. And that takes a lot of time, and you don't wanna be going back and forth like that, you know? And it's not fun for your bird, and it can actually harm them and hurt them or injure them from flying into stuff. So, just bond with them before you try to, like, you know, actually capture them. Get millet. Millet is the easy way to get them back in their cage. Even if they won't touch you, get next to you, anything. Put millet in their cage. They will eventually fly in their cage, you know. What's 10 minutes than injuring your bird, chasing it with a shirt? It's a lot better. So, let's see. It's not if the bird will bite you, it's when. So I have been bit by both lemon and lime, and their bites, they hurt. You know, they're like mini little fingers pinching you, like little kids coming up and pinching you. It's not fun, and you know, it's not a happy experience for you. But the best thing to do when you get bit is not to scream and say, "Ow, you bit me," because that shows them a reaction, or put them back in their cage and give them punishment for it. You know, you don't do that to a bird. Even if it bites you, you act like it does not hurt you or harm you. When they bite me, I don't scream. I don't put them back in their cage for punishment. I just act like nothing happened. And then they're like, well, this is not affecting her. Why am I going to do it? So that's a good thing to do if you get bit. And it's smart. All right. Also, let's see. Oh, yeah. Adopt. Don't shop. I adopted these off Craigslist. I didn't go to a breeder and say, oh, I want to breed this bird, or I want this bird from you, you're breeding them, you know. It's really important to adopt birds that are in need, and they need a home. It's really good to do that. Like, it makes all the difference in the world to adopt. Just like dogs or any other animal. If some animal needs a home, it is good to open your doors to them. And that's what I did with these. I saw these poor birds in this little cage. Well, in this cage, because I got them with the cage. Poop was everywhere. It was awful. They were eating seeds, which is fatty liver disease. It was terrible. So they'd never been a day out of their cage in their life. So they weren't happy, and they weren't healthy, and they were completely not tame at all. I worked with them, and now they're doing so much better and healthier. So, yeah. So just adopt, don't shop. Just like I'm getting a blue and gold macaw, I'm going to adopt it. I'm not going to, like, get to a breed or anything, you know. It's just good to adopt them, even if they're, like, 30 or something. Adopting is just so much better. So, if you want a companion lovebird, only get one. Like I said, you want to get one, not two. Always supervise your birds when they're out. Don't take your birds out and then leave. Don't do that. They will get into all kinds of stuff when you're gone. Yeah, you will, won't you, Lemon? Well, I will too. These birds, they will get into anything they can find. So, a little rambunctious things. So, don't do it. They're sneaky. Yeah. Alright, y'all. Well, that's all for my video. That's all like I wanted to say. Just covering some basic things and just to do a first video on lemon and lime and just, yeah. So, have a good day, y'all, and like and subscribe. Thank you.